Top of the second we go, 1-0 Georgia Southern. As the Eagles got a run off the overpowering right-hander Robert Tyler. A run on 2 hits in the bottom of the first inning, and now Evan Challenger will come out to start inning number 2 for the Eagles. Eagles are 5-4. Coming off back-to-back losses to the Citadel on Tuesday, 3-2 here at home, and then at North Florida, 5-4 on Wednesday. And Coach Rodney Hennon said his team was a bit sloppy the last 2 games, especially defensively. They need to clean up some things, he said. Says his bullpen has been great this year, but obviously they're eventually going to be good offensively, but he just needs some more production from his team. He said his team must play solid baseball defensively and must find ways to hit through the power of the Georgia starter tonight in Robert Tyler, and so far, so good. They have a run on 2 hits. Here is Zach Bowers for Georgia, and he takes ball 1. Bowers batting .409 on the year, 2 home runs and 7 runs batted in. Just one of the reasons why he's batting in the cleanup spot this year. Now, correction, Jared Walsh at the plate. I beg your pardon. It's Jared Walsh, not Zach Bowers. Jared Walsh is the batter, and he lines one to the right field, and that's a base hit. So Jared Walsh gets a leadoff single to right here in the second inning. And a good piece of hitting by Jared Walsh as he ropes one into right for a base hit. First hit of the game for the Bulldogs of Georgia. Now Zach Bowers will come to the plate. Like I said, Bowers batting .409 on the year, 2 home runs and 7 RBIs. And he takes ball 1 high. Bowers from Ackworth, Georgia, 6'1", 206, and a junior. Little excuse me swing, could be 2. Or there could be 1. Yes, they barely got 1 at second base. It was bobbled by Kent Rollins at second, but then picked it up just before the runner got there. And he barely recovered in time before the runner got there at second base. So Walsh is out 5-4, out number 1. Bowers at first base, so the fielder's choice. 1 on, 1 out for Mike Bell. Up the middle for a base hit. And Bowers will stop at second, and Bell has the second hit of the game for Georgia. So after gunning down to Georgia in the first inning, 1-2-3, Evan Challenger has given up 2 hits in this inning, no runs so far. Now Keegan McGovern is the batter. McGovern batting .389 with a home run and 8 RBIs on the year. And he ropes one into right field for a base hit. Rounding third is Bowers. Cut off, throw to the plate, and he is safe. Got underneath the tag. And Georgia has tied the game at 1. Just another rope of a base hit. Nothing fancy again by the Bulldogs. And you see the runner, Zach Bowers, getting underneath the tag. Got there in time to score the run, and we're tied at 1 here in the top of the second. And a quick meeting on the mound for Georgia Southern. Pitching coach B.J. Green out there to try and settle down Evan Challenger, as he has now given up a run to tie the game at 1 here in the second inning. So here comes Brandon Stevens, the catcher for Georgia. Stevens batting .353. No home runs this year, no RBIs either. And takes ball 1 low, 1 ball, no strikes. Stevens, a fifth-year senior from Marietta, Georgia. Redshirted 2 years ago, recovering from an elbow injury. Last year played in 41 games. 2 balls and no strikes. He's a great student as well. Last year, a member of the SEC Spring Academic Honor Roll for Georgia. And the 2-0 in there for a called strike. As Challenger painted the inside corner, and it's 2-1. Challenger comes into this game on the mound with a 1-0 record, a 1.86. ERA not overpowering, throws in the mid-80s with his fastball, 84 to 86. Has a good changeup and a good breaking ball as well. And just missed the corner outside for ball 3. The Bulldogs of Georgia lead the all-time series over Georgia Southern, 49, 41, and 1 since 1972. And there's a shot into center, and right there is the center fielder Logan Baldwin, and almost doubled up the runner at second, Mike Bell. Bell gets back just in time. That's the second out of the inning. And you'll see here, Stevens will line it right to the center fielder Baldwin. Almost had to go down to a knee to make the grab and nearly doubled up the runner Bell at second base. So 2 on and 2 out for the number 9 hitter, Nick King. King, the shortstop, batting in the 9th spot, batting .261 on the year, no home runs, no RBIs. A junior from way out in Palm Springs, California, southeast of LA. Tries to lay down a bunt, and it's a beauty. Challenger, and Challenger throws it away. And Georgia takes the lead on an error by Challenger, as Bell scores from third and McGovern goes to third, and on the errant throw, Nick King on the E1 is at second base, and it's 2-1 Bulldogs. A surprise bunt and a beauty by Nick King. And Challenger just simply threw it away wide of the bag. Scores a run on the E1. And back to the top of the order, and Stephen Wren. Strike 1 to Wren. Wren is 0 for 1. Caught looking on strikes to begin the game in the top of the first. And a beautiful curveball by Challenger, but just off the plate for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wren is the table setter for this team, according to head coach Scott Strickland of Georgia. Can hit the ball in the gaps. He also has some power in his bat. He can hit some home runs, runs well. He can bunt. And Coach Strickland told me he's as good of a defensive player as you'll find in college baseball, only a sophomore. As we said, played and started 55 games in center field last year. Got around late on the curveball from Challenger, and it's 2-2. So Challenger trying to get out of the inning. After giving up already 2 runs in this frame, 1 via an error, 1 via a base hit. Lifted to center. Deep, but right there is Logan Baldwin to make the grab. And the inning is over. But the Bulldogs do get 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, 2 men left on base. As we go to the bottom of the second inning, Georgia reclaims the lead. It's 2-1 in favor of the visiting team, the Georgia Bulldogs, here against Georgia Southern at J.I. Clements Stadium in Statesboro, Georgia. I'm Brock Bowling with the rest of our Georgia Southern and ESPN3 crew. It's the bottom of the second inning. And Spencer Duffy takes a called strike, and it's 0-1 to Spencer Duffy, batting .455 on the year. No home runs, 4 RBIs on the season. And a curveball that didn't quite break for Robert Tyler, and it's 1-1. Duffy at the plate, a junior from Augusta, Georgia. A lot of Georgia natives on this Georgia Southern team. 32 of the 35 players on the team for Georgia Southern are all Georgia natives. 32 of the 35. And the 2-1, he jammed him. Right there is the center fielder, Stephen Wren, for out number 1. That'll bring up Dalton Busby, the number 7 hitter, playing at shortstop today. Busby batting .231, no home runs, 6 RBIs on the year. Senior from Bradenton, Florida. And there's ball 1. His coach, Rodney Hennon, says Busby's still trying to get in a rhythm out there. High energy guy. As he fouls that one away. In fact, Coach Hennon says sometimes the coaches have to keep Busby's energy and emotions in check. Gets a little too high sometimes, a little too low sometimes when things are not going so well. They have to kind of keep him a little more even keel. As it's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Has some pop in his bat. He's been playing well defensively here for the first few games of the season for Georgia Southern. Soft one to short. King, long throw, and got him in time. Busby out 6-3 on the long throw from Nick King. Deep in the hole at short. That wasn't hit very hard. He had to scoop it up quickly and fire low. And got Busby by a step for out number 2. So 2 down, and here is Kent Rollins, and he fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. Rollins batting .462 on the year, 1 home run, 7 driven in. He's a junior from Snellville, Georgia, and he takes ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. That was a 75-mile-an-hour pitch from Robert Tyler. And a beautiful curveball in there for strike 2. Rollins at the plate originally signed out of high school with Auburn and was a member of the 2012 baseball team. And that was a 97-mile-an-hour pitch from Robert Tyler. As you can see, he can change his philosophy whenever he wants. He threw a 75-mile-an-hour curve and now a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. And the 1-2 paints the outside corner for strike 3. Third strikeout of the game for Robert Tyler. Out number 3 in the inning. Georgia Southern goes down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. Go to the third. Still 2-1 Georgia.